On today's Fast Friday, how to get rid of the focus peak annoyance. Hi everyone and welcome to Pal to Tech. For many years, Fujifilm has always been consistent in how they handle MF assist with focus peak highlighting. However, when they released the X-T5 camera, things changed. Let me show you what I mean. So whenever you put the camera into manual focus mode, and when you go into the AF/MF section of your menu, you have these manual focus assist tools right here. Now, I'm not going to go over all of these because I already have videos on it. However, just know, if you're not familiar with it, that these are tools to help you focus better when you have the camera in manual focus mode. My favorite, and I think a favorite of a lot of people, is focus peak highlight, okay? And when you choose that and, you pick a color, say red high, whenever you rotate the focus ring, the area that you see in your viewfinder or LCD screen will show whatever's in focus as a red color or whatever color you chose. As you rotate the focus ring, it goes in and out of focus. You see that? Now, for many years, what used to happen was once you did that, right, and you got it in focus, when you went to half press the shutter release button, that focus peak highlight color would disappear. See? Just like that. And for a number of photographers, this was great because it would remove all of that red. You'd get a preview of your scene without all of that distraction. And that would happen whenever you would half press the shutter release button. But with the release of the X-T5 and a few of the newer cameras like the X100VI, they changed the way it worked. Nobody knew about it, they just changed it. And so now here's what happens. When you rotated the focus ring and you have the peak highlights right where you want them to be, when you went to press on the shutter release button halfway, nothing happens. I'm half pressing on the shutter release button right now. The focus peak highlight doesn't change. You see that? In other words, with the X-T5 camera or some of the newer Fujifilm cameras, you don't have the ability to disable that. I personally prefer to have the option, so I'm going to give you a little tip right now that I think will help you. Unfortunately, there's no setting in this menu that allows you to do that. So here's what you can do. You want to have the camera in stills mode, go into your menu, and go to the IQ section right here, image quality. Scroll down and you'll see these two settings right here. These are the camera custom settings. For those that don't know anything about this, I have a whole video on it, but just know that you can pre-program a bunch of settings on the camera, save them in a batch, right? And then use a custom button to recall that and instantly have your camera transform with those settings. It's a great feature. If you've never created a custom setting before, you'll see that it's grayed out, okay? So go to right here, edit, save, custom setting, and you have the option now to create a new one. You want to choose C1. Even if you have a bunch of custom ones, you must use C1 for this tip I'm about to show you. Go ahead and click on it, click OK, and now it says Custom 1. Click again on it. Now you go into an edit area right here and go ahead and click on this edit check. Boom. Now you're back in the menu, but you're actually not in the menu. You're in an area where you can choose a command in the menu. And you want to go back to AF/MF right here, go down to MF Assist, and turn it off. Make sure it is off. And you'll see that little red dot right there. That means it needs to be saved. Now, as soon as you've done that, you want to press the DISP back button on the camera. That will take you back to the C1 edit menu and go ahead and save the changes. Click OK. And you're done. Now, if you want to get really fancy, you could also rename this. We're not going to get into that. I have a whole video on it. So you've created Custom 1. Now, the second thing that you need to do here is assign a custom button to toggle it on and off. Go back to your regular view right here, and then press and hold down the DISP back button. And what you need to do is pick a button that you want to use. For this demo, I am going to use the top D-pad button right here. You can also use swipe gestures on the screen as well. So go ahead and scroll down now until you highlight the button that you want to customize. Press Menu OK, and then look for something called Recall Custom 1 Setting. You see that right here? If you were to pick this one, then that would allow the custom button to open up a menu of choices, right? We don't want to go through that extra step. So go ahead and choose Recall Custom 1 Setting. and you should see a C1, just like that. You're all done. Let me show you how awesome this is. Just to confirm, we have peak highlighting turned on to red high. Okay, you see that? And again, we're going to rotate the focus ring to get that color red. There it is. And as you know, with the X-T5, if you try and half press down the shutter release, nothing happens. That's why you have your Uncle Pal Detect. So what I'm going to do now is press that custom button that we had assigned. In this case, it was the top D-pad button. Okay, here we go. And boom, have a look at that. It disappeared. But there's more. If you press it again, boom, it comes back. It's basically a toggle switch. Off and on and off and on. So obviously this tip that I just showed you today is certainly no substitute for Fujifilm adding a setting right here in the MF Assist area of the menu in Focus Peak Highlight. And in fact, they could put it right here. Something like Hide Peak Highlight on Shutter Release Press or something like that. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found the video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you did, be sure to give it the like and subscribe. I'm going to be signing off now, but I will see you in a new video very soon. Take care.